Hi, and welcome to Planted in the South. Today I'm going to be making an easy recipe that I sometimes have a couple times a week. It's perfect for Meatless Monday, or if you're on a plant-based diet like I am, it's good any day. And today I'm going to be using Butler soy curls, but I have in the past used TVP. I've even used sauteed mushrooms with some smoked paprika and maybe a little bit of barbecue sauce to make a taco meat and taco seasoning. But today, like I said, I'm going to be using Butler soy curls. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get I use these fire roasted frozen green bell peppers and onions. So I'm going to be using 2 bags of those today. I am only cooking for myself, but today is my batch cooking day, so I'm going to be making these so I have enough for the week, and I can also use them for tacos, or sometimes I even put it when it's all put together. I'll put it on top of a salad or over rice or oat groats as well. So, or you could even add it to a stir fry. If you're making a Friday night stir fry, trying to clean out that fridge, and you still have some of this left over with all your other vegetables, throw this in as well. So I'm going to start with 2 packages of these frozen peppers and onions. And the pan has been warming up. These did sit out a little while, but you don't have to do that. So that is going to cool down the pan a bit. But what we basically want to do is try and get as much water to evaporate out of these as possible. So that will take a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat up on this pan and to get this going. And then once this is dried out a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and add the soy curls. Now the soy curls, it was an 8-ounce package of Butler soy curls. I've already reconstituted them. I soaked them in water for about 10 minutes and then drained them and squeezed as much water as I could out of the soaked soy curls. Basically to do that just so not to add more water to this pan since I'm already trying to dry it out. So, and then once we're ready, I'll go ahead and add these. I am going to season these though. In here, you can use whatever seasoning you want. I In here I have 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning, a teaspoon each of garlic powder and onion powder, and a pinch of black pepper. So I'm going to go ahead and add that, toss them around to season them, and then when it's time, I'm going to add them to the pepper mixture. Go ahead and stir that up. And like I say, you can customize this to any flavor you want, but I really am on a smoked paprika kick lately. I don't know why, and I can hear the pan starting to sizzle again, so it's going to start heating up. So while we're working on that, getting that to sort of cook down a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and make my favorite cheese sauce. Now, I did find this on the internet a long time ago. I've customized it, changed it a little bit to make it my own, but it is my favorite. I've tried several cheese sauces. I've tried ones that use cauliflower, and those are lower fat, cauliflower, and then potatoes, cooked potatoes, carrots, and onions. And those are good. Those are good, but this one, when I tasted this one, um, it actually earned a spot. I keep recipes on the interior of my cupboards, ones that I make all the time, and it earned a spot inside the cupboard on the door, so I can just open the door each week and make this real quick. So, what do we start with? We are starting with 2 cups of raw cashews that have been soaked a couple hours and then drained. If you have a high-speed blender, you don't have to do that, but I still, even though I have a Vitamix, I do prefer to still soak the cashews to makes it a bit creamier, I think. So make sure after you soak them that you drain off any excess water. So we've got our soaked and drained cashews here. I'm going to add 2 cups of, I'm sorry, the 2 cups of cashews. I'm going to add 1 cup of water, a jalapeno pepper. Now, if you have a jalapeno pepper laying around, go ahead and use that, chop it up. But I use these jarred jalapeno pepper slices. So to me, that's the easiest. You can add more or less to however hot you would like it. And then we need 2 teaspoons of either lemon or lime juice. And today I'm using lime juice. So I'm going to go ahead and add 1 cup of water. And then I'm going to add, and on this, I don't know how to tell you, but like I said, I usually add probably 3 or 4 of these jalapeno slices. And I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of lime juice. I had a couple limes in the refrigerator that were starting to go bad, so um, I'm just going to use lime juice today. Now, to this, we're also going to add a 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, which is basically for color, to make it a cheesy color, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You could go up to a teaspoon if you like. And then since I'm using a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, I went with, usually you use half as much black pepper. So I went with a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to pour that in there. Now we're going to blend this together. And if you've ever made anything that's a sauce that's cashew based, you know that sometimes you have to adjust the amount of water. So we may need to add a little bit more water. And then I'm going to scoop some out at the end to put the tostada together. But as it sits, it's even going to get thicker. So I may add a little bit more water before I put it in the last container to put it in the fridge. So I'm going to blend this up real quick and get this going. And guess what? It helps if your blender's plugged in. So now I'm going to blend this, make it a smooth consistency, and see if I need to adjust for more water. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit of more water, just to thin it out a little bit. Good. All right, that's our cheese sauce. Now I'm going to taste it, but I know it's good. I've tasted this a lot here, so just going to put. No, stick my finger there. That's good. And you'll see it's a nice yellow color, almost like nacho cheese. But this is good on tostadas. It's good just for dip corn chips in it. I've used it on roasted potatoes and even just steamed potatoes. So this is something I make almost every week and have in the fridge. It will thicken up, but for now it's good. So let's check on our peppers. Still a lot of water in there, but we're gonna speed things up a little bit today. They basically just have to be warmed through. So we'll give it a little bit longer. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get my tostadas toasted. I don't. You can do it in the air fryer. My air fryer is a Ninja air fryer, and it's sort of a box shape. Not a lot of surface area to put more than one tortilla in there. But I have a toaster oven that has a convection cycle on it, so I've got that set ready to go at 375 degrees. Takes maybe 8 to 10 minutes, but check them because depending on your tortilla, they may burn. So the ones I'm using today are from Trader Joe's. I can fit 2, and I'm the only one that's eating today, so I'll fit 2. And I've got this little, it's an air fryer basket actually, probably similar to what for the Breville or something like that. But on the convection setting, this actually works very nice in toasting. So I'm gonna go get these in the toaster oven. I'll be right back. All right, the corn tortillas are in the oven, and I'm going to check on the pepper and onion mixture we got going. It is starting to dry out, which is good. But I'm going to go ahead and add the soy curls at this point. And I don't think I forgot. I think I forgot to mention that the if you use TVP, um, Bob's Red Mill TVP bag, there is a recipe for uh, taco meat on the back of that. And when I first went plant based, I used that recipe. It was a Saturday afternoon, and I was hungry for lunch, and I had stopped at the grocery store and found Bob's Red Mill. Didn't even know what TVP was, but I read the back and I thought, oh, you can make tacos out of it. So I I stopped, or I picked that up and then brought it home, and I used to use that for a while. And then I know there's some people that say TVP is more of a processed food, but if you're trying to transition over, if you're first transitioning over to a plant-based diet, or maybe just maybe once a week or twice a week, you are just cutting out meat and trying to eat less meat, I should say. Um, I feel that TVP soy curls are a better option than maybe some of the Beyond Meat that you can purchase. But I've tried some of those; those are very good. Um, I think there was one. I got it at Whole Foods. It was Meatly or something like that, made from mushrooms. Now that was very good. I bought those a couple times, but I think they had oil in them. Because when I first went plant based, I wasn't. I was still using oil. I thought I was still being healthy using oil like olive oil or avocado oil. But in reading Dr. Esselson's book and following some of the other plant based people, oil, it's so calorically dense that it still is very fattening and it's not good for your arteries. So believe it or not, once I cut out the oil or considerably reduced the oil, the weight started falling off even faster. I've lost, as of now, I've lost 65 pounds on a plant-based diet. So I still have about 15 more pounds to go. But this is plant-based is really, I believe, the way to go, especially if you follow caloric density of food and you know fruits and vegetables compared to ultra processed foods and oils. It's the way to go. So if you're just transitioning over, or if you're just reducing your meat intake, do some research and read up on the benefits of a plant-based diet. I'm the only one that eats this way in my family, and my friends and coworkers don't eat this way either. So I know I've said that before, but but it's easier than you think. It really is. So this might be just about done. It's really starting to. I think those soy curls are absorbing more of that water, which is good. But all right, so we got our cheese sauce. Oh, and I just forgot. I have some homemade cashew-based sour cream in the fridge. I'm gonna go grab that real quick. Okay, the corn tortillas are out of the oven and nice and crisp. And I don't have a long rectangle dish, but I do have this casserole dish that's just the right size for two tostadas. So I'll go ahead and use that. I'm going to move some stuff out of the way, make room, and I'll show you what the pepper and onions looks like with the soy curls mixed in. Looks like a fajita mix, actually. And you could use this for a fajita. You could use it for sometimes I've used it for dinner. I've had a burrito or even taco shells. You could use, if you can find taco shells that are uh, no oil, if you're if that's what you prefer. But these corn tortillas that I got them at Trader Joe's, and it's basically white corn, water, I think salt and lime. Maybe it's just lime, but so they're pretty decent. You can find some good ones. In a pinch, I have used corn tortillas that I found at Walmart and other grocery stores. They're the more yellow ones. Those are good actually. If you can find the thin ones are very good for chips. These are a little bit thicker, but they are sturdy, so they're good for making tostadas. Um, so what I'm going to start with is these are by no means traditional tostadas. I don't even know what a traditional tostada is, but basically I like to start with the base of refried beans. Now, these are homemade. I made them earlier in the Instant Pot. Actually made them last weekend, so they're due to be used up today. But it was basically just dried pinto beans, some water, diced onion in the Instant Pot. When it was done, check for tenderness, and then used an immersion blender and made them into refried beans. So these are very good. I did find some good ones at Trader Joe's. They're fat free, and basically it's just water. I'm sorry, beans, water, and salt. So that's very good. In a pinch, keep these on hand. You can use them. Just open a can, spread it out. You're good. All right. So I'm going to start with the base of refried beans. Since I'm having two, I'm going to try and divide this, and I just spread it out. Then we're going to put that wonderful cheese sauce on it. So I'm going to use a dab of the cheese sauce, like that. Maybe a little salsa. Spread that around. And then I'm going to go for some onions. And then I'm going to, yes, I'm putting more onions. I love onions. I'm going to put more onions on it. Then I'm going to take a spoon of this mixture. Little messy, little messy. And then I do have some green onions. Oh, and I have a little bit of corn, frozen corn that I defrosted. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that. Try to get as many vegetables into each meal as you can. And then I'm probably going to go with a dash of guacamole. And then shredded lettuce probably is typical, but I have shredded cabbage. It's hard for me to buy shredded lettuce and not have it go bad, very fat, or it goes bad so fast. So shredded cabbage, by all means, you can buy shredded lettuce that day, but I found cabbage can last me a long time, almost 2 weeks in the refrigerator. So there you go. Homemade tostadas pretty quickly. Hopefully this video isn't too choppy in editing. And there we go. I just messed that up. So hopefully this video isn't too bad to watch. I thank you for watching. If you liked the recipe, you liked the video, give me a like. Oh, and you know what I forgot to talk about? I'm sorry. You could also top it with cilantro if you like. I personally don't like cilantro. I know that's controversial, but what I've been finding is, and I did buy this yesterday when I was at Aldi. I just thought I'm gonna try it again. Um, I'm finding that, and I don't know why, but I thought I had heard or saw research that you have the gene that makes some people taste like soap. Cilantro tastes like soap, and it always has. Now, when I have been trying this lately, it to me it's tasting almost like celery. So I don't know if it's because my palate is changing. I can't say that it's still my favorite thing, but by all means, put some cilantro on there since it is a Mexican dish. Um, and please, if you love cilantro, do that. If you don't, then by all means, don't do that. So I thank you for watching, and remember, be kind, and also remember, um, the rest of your life can be the best of your life, and just enjoy it. Just enjoy every day, and I thank you so much for watching. And please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have a great day.